What's going on, guys? It's Classified here with another video. We're now in the Winds of Change update. It has been here. I wanted to wait until I unlocked the J-8B to showcase you guys some of the cool things and not so cool things about it. As you will know, I'm a much better jet fighter than I am a tank player. But besides that, we're going to get into it with Aspides. And overall, with the aircraft that I'm going to showcase you right now is not stock. It has, I believe in this video, it has every upgrade except for the the wings, the wing covers. But this aircraft is amazing. As you can see there, you just take off and you go so fast in this thing. I wasn't really paying attention. I was probably drinking my coffee at the time, because honestly the Aspides really aren't that great of a missile, and it took me a lot of footage or games to get enough footage to make a video. So I was just kind of over it at this point because it's just not my play style. And the Aspides, again, aren't a bad missile. That just doesn't fit my play style. I like to get in the fight, get out, you know, and it's more of a patient game when you have this as your loadout. And I highly recommend, obviously, looking at which nations you have and what planes you're going to be up against, because it's going to make you play a certain way. It's going to change the way the battle is going to ultimately the outcome of the battle is going to change based off of that. So J-8B is an amazing aircraft. Obviously you have the fin on the bottom side that folds out. Very, very appealing aircraft. And when I first started to fly this, I was like, man, how's this actually going to turn? A delta wing fighter with that big long nose, and like the acceleration was great right off the bat, even if it was stock, or when it was stock. I was like, Jesus Christ, this thing could move. And the more I played it, the more I realized this thing can outturn, this thing can outspeed a lot of, like, pretty much every top tier plane except for the Kfir at altitude. Now I can outrun the Kfir with this plane, obviously with the engine upgrade. And obviously we get a lock on this guy. It's SU-22. He's probably not paying attention. It's a 35G overload missiles. We clap him, and I'm showing you guys this clip only because these were the 2 kills I could get with these, because I can't really play like this. Radar missiles are great if you have a ton of them, like the Phantoms. It's awesome because you can just missile spam everybody, right? But you only get 2 with this plane. It's literally the only loadout that I've ever seen, and we get clapped by, guess what, an F4EJ. So, and not the greatest showcasing, but we'll get into more of the PL5s in a moment. I want to showcase you guys the differences with the flight of the aircraft. I do believe that that's very important to cover with that little dorsal fin. I know it's not a dorsal fin, but the fin that comes out at the bottom when your gear goes up, or goes up whenever your gear goes down. Now we're chasing an F-104, and I'm going to show you the differences. I've flown MiGs for a long time, so I'm very well experienced with, like, the flight of how an aircraft should be, as far as the delta wing goes. And this F-104 we're chasing here, right? Now you can see my guns. It's really hard with that dorsal fin at the bottom to be able to get any good shot on this guy. Only because when you roll and try to pitch up or down, it doesn't, see that loop? It does this like little circle thing. It like loops around. And we finally able to get him, but I was just really frustrated at that point, so I just you know, used all of my guns pretty much to get one hit on that guy. But I highly recommend, I'm pretty sure you can keybind the dorsal fin thing. We're just going to call it the dorsal fin thing. to extract up, because honestly, I don't really need that thing. I'm not really for sure the purpose of it. I'm pretty sure it's just for stability at high altitudes. But I wanted to showcase this because it's important to know when you're in a dogfight that it's not going to respond to you like a normal Delta Wing fighter would. Don't forget to slap that subscribe button. Thank you. Let's go. So here we are in another game using the aspides, and honestly at this point I was just trying to get rid of them so I wouldn't have the extra weight. So I'm pretty much just shooting these to showcase how horrible they are. But the guns, yeah, see, that's the thing with these things. The MiGs are so good at outturning. Now you have the thrust power of the Kfir and the speed of the Kfir. You have the maneuverability of a MiG. You see there, we were in a head-on with a Mirage, and the missile doesn't do anything, and he didn't even flare. So, as you can tell, yeah, I'm not gonna say anything more about them because they're just not that great. So, we're just gonna watch you fly around here, and note that the flares on the J-8, I really like how they kick out really far on both sides, like really far, which is super critical if you are slow, or even if you're going fast, to be honest. Once you cut that, your afterburner off, they are very effective against really any missile if you obviously have chaff and flares with your loadout, because the way obviously the missile tracks is it's going to go towards its original IR target, which is obviously the enemy's lock target, which is you. Typically you're obviously going to have your your afterburner on, so the missile's tracking you, and being able to kick that missile out as far as you can, because those flares kick out so far, is really critical in being able to outmaneuver him, especially at lower speeds. And I'm pretty much just wanting to showcase you guys the maneuverability of this plane against the Mirage F1s, Phantoms. Like, honestly, isn't saying too much, but you can see there that the enemy kill assist is on point there. And I just wanted to show you guys the maneuverability, the nose. Like, the nose on this plane, you would think that would be a hindrance, but it really isn't. It's actually, I couldn't tell any difference. Guy just goes into the ground. He's like, nope. But anyways, the nose of it just keeps coming around like a normal Delta Wing would. Obviously, you're a little bigger of an aircraft, but dude, the thing about it is that this thing is so maneuverable, and we're gonna move on to the PL5Bs with this aircraft, because honestly that's where this thing shines. Now, the moment you guys been waiting for, the 4 IR guided missiles. You see that dorsal fin coming down. We're gonna call it the dorsal fin. I don't care. That's what it's gonna be to me. Coming down when your gear goes up, really cool feature aesthetically, and it's typically where the missiles are placed. It's a typical Delta Wing fighter, missile loadout, and the cockpit view is just very aesthetically pleasing. You see the humongous little TV guide, or the TV for your radar. It's absolutely amazing. You have your really nice heads-up display. And I was fighting with this earlier, in ARB with just in the cockpit, and it was very easy, just killing AI targets at the end of a battlefield, just to see how I would do. And you can see this thing just climb. We're at 4,000 kilometers and not really losing any speed. This thing absolutely shreds. And the main point of the J-8B is an interceptor. Not really like crazy dogfighter, but It doesn't necessarily lack in that area because of the speed and the ability to maneuver. The only issue that comes with dogfighting in this plane is obviously losing or not having the flares. Obviously you get 43 flare and 21 chaff. I use probably way too many per missile. I usually probably use 2 per missile. And if you're fighting F4 Phantoms of any variety, F4 Phantoms, you're going to be using a lot of them because of the loadout capabilities that they have. So we're going to start out really high. I like to do this just because of you're being so fast. I don't like to be the first one in the battlefield. I like somebody to get slow or having to turn or basically being able to help my teammates because this thing is an interceptor. I don't really think this plane should be the first one in. For obvious reasons, because it's so big, it's got humongous engines, and a lot of people are just gonna be able to turn on you, get a lock on you, launch that missile. If you're not paying attention, you're gonna lose. So here we're just gonna intercept the F4J. He is locking somebody, or I think he's dropping a bomb. He's dropping a bomb on our base, and he had no idea I was there whatsoever because I'm pretty sure he was just in his a different view. He wasn't even looking at his plane or looking around him. And there, you know, the PL5s, man, they're fast, very, very fast missiles. When they come off the rail, very, very easy to kill somebody through the flares. So here I'll showcase that. I don't necessarily get this kill, but it literally will fly straight through the flares and relock if they're not spamming their flares. So this F4E, I'm just kind of trying to get some speed and then wanting to get him off of the battlefield because he just killed my teammate. Hit my teammate. So we got the revenge kill on that. F4J's trying to come in, swoop in, and just wanted to showcase you guys the maneuverability of this. And I don't have this thing expert qualified or ace qualified, and you black out a lot even with the G suit. So just be careful of that on taking too many G's with this plane, because you do black out pretty easily. Now you see I was like 450 kilometers an hour there, and I locked him up. And the PO5s just take off. The PO5s, man, they had to have fixed them, because I've flown the J-7E quite a bit, and the PO5s just did not do it for me. They would lose tracking. They weren't even if the guy wasn't flaring, they wouldn't really be effective in the battlefield. And I thought I had one more missile, and I wanted to do it again, but I did not have enough. So F4J's coming in. He's the last one on the team. And the J-7E, guess what? The PO5s are fixed. Pretty sure these two guys, or the F104, I can't remember which one. We'll see this in a second. But yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. The J-8B coming in hot with this update, and I'm really enjoying it. You can see the flares there kick out super far, and I really like this about this plane. Strong plane, Gaijin. Good job with this. Can't wait to see you guys fix the Kfir. And yeah, that's gonna be it for this one, guys. Thanks for coming in. Peace. Oh my God, that shot was so good. Oh my God.